Hi, Wenzl from Hooch here. Today I would like to talk a little bit about open relationships. Open relationships, in my opinion, are a great way to deal with jealousy, possessiveness, and insecurities and fear. Why? Because you get intimately involved, which means some sort of emotional attachment gets transferred from you to another person. And then, all of a sudden, you realize you cannot control the future or predict the actions of your partner. So, this thought that your partner that you love will sleep with another person at any time can be quite terrifying and can trigger a lot of jealousy and fear and all sorts of thoughts that try to overtake your mind and convince you of saying things that might chain down and tie down your partner. So, but if you manage to not follow these downward tendencies and stay strong in your center, then you'll be infinitely rewarded for the experience of an open relationship. Because it teaches you the Tao. The Tao is essentially the flow of things, the universal river of everything. And this river has some properties, and one of these properties is that it's unpredictable. And that the only rule that you can follow is be in the moment, give, don't seek power, don't seek control, collaborate, and be humble. And all these things get taught to you in an open relationship, because you simply cannot control your partner. It's not possible. You cannot control another person. And if you have this agreement of being free and having an open relationship, then that becomes an immediate issue and an immediate concern of you. In my situation, when I got in my first open relationship, I actually woke up one night crying. My girlfriend was sleeping with another man, and I felt like I was 4 years old. And actually, it was almost like a flashback. I woke up and I thought I was 4 years old, and I was stumbling around in my old house that I was living when I was 4 years old, and I was looking for my mom, and I was crying, and she was nowhere to be found. And the fact that my mom had left me for something else in the middle of the night stirred up this tremendous amount of anxiety and fear and anger. And I realized that jealousy and the emotions I was experiencing towards my girlfriend at the time when she was sleeping with other people was coming from the same place. And I was like, whoa, what the hell? So I'm actually just channeling these ancient unresolved emotions in myself and transferring them onto my girlfriend. And I thought, wow, that's so unfair, I cannot do that. And I swore myself I will do everything I can to not be jealous. Whenever she would go sleep with another guy, I would start meditating and think about how nice of an experience they are having. That, you know, she can teach him a lot, she can learn a lot from him. I knew him, actually, he was my friend. So they're both great people, and I thought, two great people having a great time together, why should I get angry and jealous? And I learned whenever I managed to hold that thought and hold that energy and really feel compassion for them and really sincere happiness, then I would all of a sudden feel this selfless joy, which I've never really experienced before. It was such a blissful feeling. And I was like, yeah, that's what I want. This is way better than the selfish sort of feeling that you get when you manage to, I don't know, control and manipulate reality. So yeah, and that kind of really set me off onto a spiritual journey, because I was trying to explore that emotion, that selfless joy, and was trying to find it in whatever I was doing. And I realized that while playing saxophone, emotional blockages also interrupted my energy flow, and that there was a place I could go to, even in music, where I would find that same selfless sort of joy. And that was a place that was free of judgment. So I went under the arch in Central Park at night, every day. And I would just play there by myself and like scream and just do whatever I want, you know, because there was nobody there, and even if somebody passed through there, they didn't know me. So I just freely expressed whatever I felt, and the only companion I had was the resonance, the vibrations bouncing off that stone arch, which was a tremendous, long, insane reverb, and at points it really felt like that it was alive, and it was teaching me things, you know? The emotions of the sound rippling through the air and bouncing off the rocks, and that tremendous complexity that you could never ever calculate even with a supercomputer, since infinity is around the corner when sound waves are bouncing through the air and interfering with each other and cancelling each other out and creating an infinite ripple pattern. So it was really this ripple pattern that I was learning from. And I think that's really what set me off. That's what started me in a spiritual journey, was an open relationship. So I suffered a lot. It was a hard thing to do, but I'm still infinitely grateful that I experienced it. And yeah, I think, and now open relationships are much easier because I don't really feel those sort of possessive emotions. Yeah, so that's life. That's a thought about open relationships. I wish you guys a happy day. Lots of love, joy, good orange juice. Thanks for listening. Bye.